Clearing up. I found your private rack out there. Or what was left of him. You didn't finish.
Well, I can't blame you. He was tough. But then, a good soldier ought to be.
Episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror! You are not advertiser friendly! Yes! Episode number 25! And coming off of last night's wonderful cannibal flick, Ravenous, the movie that eats more than just people, I thought, let's go back to the wonderful decade of the 1980s, a cheese-tacular land of greatness and awesomeness, and review a movie that kind of does something that the 80s did, and that was kind of like create a genre or a subject slasher. Like you would have the rock star slasher, and you would have the carnival slasher, and you would have like the car driver slasher, whatever. And sometimes they mix them, like, you know, dog, or what is it? Dog Monster or whatever, where it's Rockstar and Werewolf or something like that. Anyways, God, I screwed up that name of that flick. But you know the one I'm talking about with Alice Cooper? It's really bad, but yet still kind of fun. Anyways, today's movie is a sports slasher movie. That's why I'm wearing my wonderful sports shirt. And the movie is called Fatal Games. So what is Fatal Games about? Well, at this academy for athletes, there are a bunch of athletes going for the gold as they are trying to qualify for the Olympic Games. However, when the top athletes start coming up missing one by one, the other students and the faculty start wondering what's possibly happening. What could be going wrong? Of course, the faculty kind of want to keep this on the download. Why? Well, because they are using the students to test performance-enhancing drugs. Yes, new performance-enhancing drugs. Because, you know, the East Germans are doing it, the Russians are doing it, so and they're getting all the golds. So it's time for the U.S. to step up and take what's rightfully theirs. So, anyways, does these new drugs have anything to do with the fact that someone is going around and killing people with a sharpened stick? Well, it's actually a javelin, but I like to think of it as a sharpened stick. Yes, a sharpened piece of wood. It is Sharpened Twig Massacre. That should be the name of the movie. Anyways, sure, okay, it's a javelin. He's the javelin killer. Anyways, so someone's going around, poking around the athletes, or poking through the athletes, more like it. And the movie does an admirable job of throwing a bunch of red herrings at you. And will the students figure out who's behind the stabbing pain of the javelin throw? Will the academy have to admit that they're using illegal performance-enhancing drugs? I don't know, but let's get to those scores, shall we? Violence at Gore is a 1.5 out of 5. Look, there's a lot of people getting murdered, but it's a javelin, so mostly all you can really do is go, yeah. Impalement is really the only way people die in this movie. Everyone dies because they are impaled. So, it's not a lot of blood, not very spectacular, so 1.5 out of 5. Shock value, 1 out of 5. Look, there's little in the way of jump scares, little in the way of anything that shocks in this movie, so 1 out of 5. Plot, so this is where the movie drops the ball big time. 1 out of 5. So you have this story about these athletes, and they throw all these wonderful red herrings out at you. Like there's a person who is a rival of one of the swimmers, and so perhaps they're getting those people killed off so that they can be the #1 athlete and go to the Olympics. You have one of the coaches was this close to becoming an Olympian and is kind of bitter about it and is jealous of the kids these days and their talent. So perhaps he's just in a mad rage killing. And you've got other things going on too that may or may not be the case. I mean, they are giving these people steroids, and that has been known to lead to rage. And just so happens that the javelin thrower is a dick and seems very angry all the time. So perhaps it's the obvious choice. Anyways, at the end, the movie creates a wonderful set of circumstances that creates a great reasoning behind why the killer is killing. And what do they do with that golden egg? Well, they fucking crush it and throw it in the trash and create some stupid, out of left field bullshit reason for them, for these kids to be killed. I mean, really, it's bullshit. What? It's like wacky. It's like they made the movie and then some stupid executive went, you know, that's actually smart and clever, and we can't have smart and clever. So instead, let's come up with this batshit crazy stupid reason and make that the reason. And of course, like, there's a news article from a long time ago that just happens to be in the belongings of the killer, just in plain sight, where anyone could knock him down and go, oh, look, there's some weird, 10-year-old article that basically says, oh, you are the killer. I mean, who keeps that article? And if you do keep that article, maybe you put it in a scrapbook and keep it in your house or something? I mean, do you just I'm just going to carry it around with me in my pocket because I'm a moron, but I'm going to go kill you with my sharpened stick. Anyways, so it's so ridiculous. It almost completely ruined the movie for me. It almost did. I mean, they killed the freaking plot. Plus, the way it's written and the scenes, they are so kind of almost staggered. Like, there's no flow in a lot of this movie, and it'll cut from one scene to another scene with the same characters in different situations without any real context of why the scene shifted, and it does kind of create a little bit of a mess of the movie and kind of pulls you out of the narrative and makes you kind of have to recalibrate and think about what's going on. But anyways, 1 out of 5 acting, 2 out of 5. There is some decent acting, but there is also a lot of bad acting and some really, really forced dialogue. And so some of it's pretty laughable, but yeah, it's not good. 2 out of 5. Nudity, I have given this a 5 out of 5. Look, the first part of this movie is just like, there's tits everywhere. I mean, they've got a prolonged sequence of a naked girl running away from the javelin killer through the darkened school at night. And, I mean, it's actually quite long lasting and, full frontal and they just like, they got like girls in the shower, in the locker room, a few times just in the background, in the foreground, and, and then for the ladies, there's also the man in the shower room, and it's strange. I did notice that one guy was showering in his underwear, so I was confused, because I'm like, what is that? What? He's wearing, what? Yeah, I don't know, but I'm surprised in that movie no one was giving him shit, because my God, if anyone was actually doing that in real life, they would be getting so much shit thrown their way. Anyways, i.e., don't shower with your underwear on. I mean, this is not weird science, okay, guys? Alright, anyways, there's something for everyone. Tits and ass for everyone. Anyways, 5 out of 5. My enjoyment factor is 3 out of 5. Surprisingly, I did enjoy this movie. Sure, there were parts that, to be honest, where there was no nudity and no violence, it was kind of boring in certain parts. But overall, I thought, you know, I enjoyed the premise. I enjoyed the cheesy sports montage with the rock music at the beginning of the movie. It was like, oh my god, it's a montage. It's like those cheesy sports movies. So, anyways, I gotta love that. It's fun and it just, you know, really got me in the mood for this movie. As well as, you know, the fact that, you know, it's a cheesy 80s movie, okay? I mean, it's not good, but it's fun. So, 3 out of 5. But my overall impression is a 2 out of 5. It's pretty mediocre. Bad acting, a horrible dropping the ball of the plot. And, like, honestly, probably kind of forgettable except for a few things and the stupidity of the motivation of the killer, which I guess is a way to make it memorable just by being bad. But anyways, 2 out of 5, and that averages out to a 2.2 out of 5. So there you have it, Fatal Games. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section. Have you seen it? Tell me, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? But if you like a certain type of 80s movie, like you like the rock and roll horror movies or the vacation horror movies, you know, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Anyways, give me a subscribe, a thumbs up, whatever. Give me some money if you're a lady, maybe give me some loving, I don't know. Anyways, and I will see you guys next time on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And remember to stay sexy, internet, stay scary, internet, and oh my god, reach for the gold, internet! You're the best around! No one's ever gonna break. I don't even remember how that fucking song goes. Shit. Anyways, go for the gold!